looking at you, the only thing I think you're addicted.
Yeah.
And yes, confronting yourself with being addicted to it is the first step to recovery.
Welcome to the very first episode of the Insurance SUPERAGENT Podcast. I'm Vlada, my co-host Milan, and we are excited to welcome all the agency owners, sales leaders of insurance, and agents themselves who are excited to thrive, grow, and become super agents.
But we are also here to uncover what's working, what's not working, what's broken, and how technology, AI, and leadership can transform your business.
And of course, it would have been too easy to start with the guests that we have planned right away. And that's why we wanted to start with our why. Why are we doing the SUPERAGENT podcast and why we're so excited about this mission?
But why are we? That's the question we have to answer.
Yes, exactly. That's a great question. And I certainly want to first turn over to my insurance super agent here and ask him about why you're so excited about this time in insurance now and why really the kind of transformations that we want to bring to insurance.
Because the majority of the insurance business is still done through humans. Software barely touched insurance. All the innovation that happened, yes, transformed it a bit. But what happens right now with AI, with the pace of evolution of technology, with the new innovations, it is the time for insurance to completely reshape itself.
Absolutely. And as an industry outsider, I am so excited about, I think, a generational opportunity that we all have collectively to transform insurance, not only to support of course, the folks on the front line who are providing the advisory and sales, but also to support the M customers who are constantly experiencing new needs, who are living in the ever-changing world. And to be able to keep up with their needs, we also need to adjust and change ourselves. Right. So let's start from who we are. Why did we show up here to record the SUPERAGENT podcast? And so excited to bring incredible insights and best practices to you all. So Milan, first question to you. You're not getting off the hook so easy. What's your background? And really, when did you get excited about insurance sales?
When I cashed my first glitch.
That's a true answer.
I mean, how can you really be excited about having to sell a product which nobody wants to buy, where everybody knows that you're making a commission of convincing them to purchase the product, except of car insurance or except of a homeowner's insurance that is required by the mortgage loan company or something? How else do you sell insurance? Is it a pleasure for you to do it? No, it's not in the beginning. But in order to become successful, you have to really deeply understand the product. You have to understand deeply the needs of the people. You have to understand their problem before they do it in order to be able to convincingly present a solution. And it is not about sales as much as it is about understanding human needs, pointing out a problem, and giving them the proper solution to solve it then and there. So when did insurance really excite me? It didn't excite me when I made my first commission. I was happy about the money, but it didn't really excite me. It excited me when I wanted to grow the business. I saw that I have to sell, but I wasn't convinced. I wasn't confident in what I'm doing because I wasn't sure I'm doing the right thing. Once I understood that I am doing the right thing by understanding the purpose of insurance truly deeply, not only superficially, I took it as my mission to help people protect themselves, mitigate risks, find solutions for the future, because at the end, how can I contribute to one's life? As somebody who works in insurance is giving them the proper solution. And this was most important to me.
Incredible. And I think not only that managed to motivate you, that motivated me to actually turn your life's work into a solution to bring to market, and really appreciating the level of mastery that it takes, and certainly very different from any kind of other sales. So I wanted to go back to your background. It's just your journey from an individual sales agent knocking on doors, which I'm sure there are so many stories to tell, to leading large insurance sales organizations. Can you share a bit of that?
Yes, but I have to really start with the family history if you want like this.
All right. How much time do you guys have?
Let's keep it short. My grandfather moved from Belgrade, Serbia to Switzerland, later from Switzerland to Germany. This is where I grew up. But my grandfather had to leave the country for whatever political reasons, call it like it. But my uncle, he wanted to move to Germany. He came to Germany and he worked in insurance. This was the first trigger for my father. And the idea of insurance comes from his uncle. And then my father started his business in insurance and he grew his big agency. And every day after work, after school, I went to his work, which means it became something like another home. It wasn't something new to me. And after university, he tricked me into a summer job. The summer job turned into building my agency, selling it back, building a whole network of insurance agents for one of Europe's largest carriers for no people to more than 300. 7 years of bank assurance, corporate life, where I left the last company, which had about in total 10,000 employees, and left this whole corporate bubble to join a startup. That startup was almost unknown at that time in Europe. I was their chief sales officer, and we grew it to a 3 billion valuation, to hundreds of in-house agents, 1,000 people on the platform, the network. And success builds joy, joy builds positive emotions build love. Do I love insurance today? Yes, I love insurance today. When did it happen? On the way there? I don't know when it happened. But this is how I see I can help companies today improve their activity in terms of distributing better insurance, or much better. What we came up with is helping the individual agent reach productivity faster, increase their cross-sell rates, increase their conversion rates, help individuals build businesses in the future, help large institutions or large agencies thrive even more, reducing the problem that the industry today is facing. And this is what motivates me to speak about it. This is what motivates me to create what we are creating, just because we see that we impact humans who build their family, who build their lives on the work. We help businesses grow, and we help distribute the products that the customer need better and faster to those who really, truly need them.
Amazing. So you're just the expert in insurance sales to help folks succeed, and certainly excited to tap into insurance network and outsiders that will bring as guests to the show.
I believe that I'm not the only insurance expert, but everybody who dedicated the last 20 years of life, 20 lives to insurance, becomes an expert. And I don't believe that there is anyone working many, many years in insurance not really truly loving it, not really truly understanding it, not truly thriving in it. So I would say we are all a big community of people who are contributing as much as we can in the given circumstances. And when I see that I can give more, I do. When I can't, I give whatever I can, because it is about making people's lives better. But why are we speaking only about me? So you come from educational technology, you come from tech, you had a big consulting career where I believe you flew all over the world. Then you built your own startup, you made a lot of money. So you're a rich woman. Why did you work?
Certainly, I think just briefly my story. I'm another immigrant founder here. I am originally from Ukraine. I've been in the U.S. now for almost 20 years. I started in a corporate career side with top MBA program and consulting office on the Park Avenue in New York, and so very exciting days, certainly, and then growing as part of Dell organization in the top kind of strategy roles. And all of that was great, but what I realized really, what truly excites me is leveraging technology to unleash human potential. And the first endeavor into that was in education, as you pointed out, when I myself faced a need as a parent to improve parent communication. And that was my motivation for my first startup that as founder and CEO, I scaled to 5 million parents and teachers and tens of thousands of schools in the United States before selling that. And after that, one promise I made to myself is I'm not going to do another startup. But here we are again. I realized that the messiness of beginning, the messiness of building something from nothing to envision something and then making it real is, although perhaps a masochistic experience for a lot of people, but it's the most rewarding experience I've ever had. And so when I think we started talking and after becoming friends, for me, learning more about insurance and meeting a lot of the insurance folks was really incredible, because one thing I didn't realize is that folks that I met in insurance are extreme hustlers. They really are there to get results. And I just respect it so much. I think a lot of ways what attracted me in entrepreneurship was you're only as good as your last months. And the same applies to insurance sales, right? It's you can have any resume you want. And for me, by the time I got into my first startup, I had my top accolades of all kinds. But guess what? They don't matter. What matters is, can you deliver the result or can you not do that? And that's just such a challenging, but also very honest test to sort of, earning those points in the game and, instead of seeing kind of testing yourself, right? So for me, that's adrenaline is, I think, something that allows me to relate so well to a lot of insurance sales guys, because they are hustling, they are delivering every day. I've met these insurance agency owners who are still selling nonstop, even though they might run a big agency, right? And seeing all the different ways that this is now can be improved with technology and AI is certainly extremely, extremely exciting.
Looking at you, the only thing I think you're addicted.
Yeah.
And yes, confronting yourself with being addicted to it is the first step to recovery. Okay? Okay. So I would say you have to keep this in mind. After this one, rehab.
Rehab.
Yes. And then like a club of anonymous startup founders which don't want to be that anymore. Okay?
Yes, absolutely. And I bet there are many people out there waiting for me to start that one. Milan, why didn't you come out here all the way from Germany to revolutionize the insurance in this country?
Do you know how many German settlers are in the US? It is almost a tradition for a German to come here at one point in time. But I'm not fully German, but I'm Serbian and then German.
So you're perfect American.
At least I will be if I'm not. So for me, this is the land of opportunity. This is the land where everything can happen. This is the land where nothing is impossible and everything you strive for, you can achieve. That's my strong opinion. When I land in the US from wherever I come, the first feeling I have is the feeling of freedom. Here people will ask you, but what is it that you try? What is it that you do? What is it that you want to achieve? How can I help you with it? And I think it's the ideal place in the world to build a business. But a business without a big mission where you can impact a lot of people is like a human without a soul. So it doesn't make even sense to do it. It might make sense for money, but money is not always the response to every problem. My big motivation is, if you look at it altruistically, is because I really want to help all those young people who want to become successful in insurance. And if 10-to-1 ratio of people who start in the industry really make it within 1 year is really true, then we are missing out on 9 of those great people who were willing to show up, to apply for the job, to go through the interviews, to start onboarding, to start learning, to get their licenses. We lose 9. And I know how hard it was for me, because I'm not a natural-born salesperson. I'm a natural-born, give me an Excel sheet, and this is where I feel very well person. Then again, I had to transform myself to become successful at selling. And the great thing, what you said earlier is last month doesn't count. It's this month again. And when you have to contribute continuously to grow it, then there are no more excuses. There is no, the wind was too strong, the rain was absent.
The dog ate my homework.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. I mean, you can say it, but nobody cares. And I want really mostly to help those young people become successful in their business. I also would like to help existing people in the industry who reach productivity, who make some money, start thriving in the industry. You can thrive as a human by working 10-hour days, you increase to 12-hour days, you increase to 16-hour days, you increase to 18-hour days, but you will reach your maximum. And I think technology innovation happened in a way that we even do not perceive the capabilities of the innovation we made as a human race, and that now is the right time to help people grow their business. If you will ask about me personally, the question I ask myself is very simple. The last 20 years, did I have a paycheck? Was my job, my dedicated hours, my 14, 16, 18-hour days, my 6, 7, 8 flights a week, when I wake up in the city and I ask myself, where am I today? Was it for a paycheck? Or did I create some value? And if I did create some value, I will also be able to take this value that I created and give it back to those people who are in need of help, are in awe of current innovation, are interested in growing their business. And it will be a big test for me. I always like to make the joke, and I made the joke with you already a few times, but I didn't do it with you. Insurance is like organized crime. Easy to get in, impossible to get out. And I think that after this one, I will have concluded the whole cycle. And maybe somebody can do it in 5 years. Maybe somebody can do it in 10. I needed so far 20, and I will need a few more to be able to leave the insurance industry by having created some value, something which will be there even when I'm gone.
And can live on. Exactly. You know, one thing that just reflecting of on your motivation by folks entering the workforce and insurance, I think what really was really disheartening to me as we started to talk to a lot of folks running their agencies is they can't grow. A lot of agencies today just are afraid of hiring people because they don't know how to set them up for success and how, especially with limited resources, if we're talking about smaller or mid-sized companies, how to really ensure that they can't afford the economics of hiring one and making, or of hiring 10 and making one productive, right? They need to change the economics of this, and they just can't. And they don't have the systems, the resources, the processes, the best practices to do that. And so now, instead of actually having a growing business, they just continue to add the hours till they reach the max. And that's it. That's the level at which they have to just be content with. And it doesn't have to be this way. And I think that's what's exciting for me about our mission at SuperAgent. Super mission with this podcast is to bring incredible guests from the front lines, those that are leading organizations, excelling with onboarding, with enablement, with sales outcomes, folks from outside the industry who also have those innovations and can really help folks change the game. And certainly going back to technology and AI, we for one have a lot to share, but we'll certainly invite other guests who are really pushing the frontier of what's possible.
And we will invite people from all around the world. People who manage to create, recreate, redesign insurance industry all around the world, and you've never heard about them. But when you hear their stories and their impacts, you will see how much people are out there who have already done a lot for insurance. My thinking is that if I'm a business, as a business owner, I have to make money, assuming that I own an insurance company. And as an insurance company, I set my targets for next year. And then when I drill it down, it comes to the investment of ads to hire new people, how I will achieve my insurance distribution goal. But something went wrong. Insurance purpose is to mitigate risks, and it's for families, then my business is mitigating risks to families. And this is my way of thinking, or this should be my way of thinking. Yet circumstantial insurance industry came down to, I will grow my business the moment when I hire enough people, because 1,000 ads will produce 100 people, 100 people will produce 10 productive agents, one productive agent will generate X amount of sales. I think it's broken. And there is nobody to blame for it. But it is on us, this generation of people, now that we are alive and work in insurance, to take responsibility for it.
All right, that's a wrap for our first episodes, and we are so excited to bring incredible guests to you this season of SuperAgent. They are top sales experts, they are insurance pros, and they're really reshaping and transforming what's possible in insurance. If that's of interest to you guys, please follow us on whatever your preferred network is, and comment if you want to be a guest, or if you have a topic or a guest to suggest to us. We're excited to bring this community of insurance super agents to life together with you.
And community is all about building something. So yes, we like you to listen to us. We like you to learn from us. We like to learn from you. And it is about contribution. We try to give, and I would urge everyone to start to try to give by, forwarding the message, inviting new people to join us. But also what Vlada said, come to us, talk to us in person or via video. We'll find ways how we will connect with you. But the mindset of building and creating something together is essential here.
Absolutely. It's about building authentic connections, and that's the way you become insurance super agents, and that's the way we want to build together with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.